We are going to study the parts of a cell in this video. The cell contains a protoplasm which is surrounded by a cell membrane. The protoplasm consists of cytoplasm and the nucleus. The cytoplasm contains the cell organelles. Now, what are cell organelles? They are the structures present within the cell which help the cell to perform the functions like nutrition, respiration, growth, reproduction, etc. In this video, we are going to learn more about cell membrane, cytoplasm and nucleus. Cell membrane is also known as plasma membrane. This membrane controls the entry and exit of substances as per the requirements of the cell. For example, as the human beings respire, that is, take in oxygen and give out carbon dioxide, similarly, the cells also exchange gases through their cell membrane. In plants, there is an additional covering known as cell wall. This cell wall is tough and strong. It protects the cell against the variations in the environment. It also gives a definite shape, size, and support to the cell. Next part is the cytoplasm. The cytoplasm is made up of carbohydrates, proteins, fats, minerals, vitamins, and water. All these components work together to perform the cell activities. The most important part of a cell is its nucleus. The nucleus has a nuclear membrane which contains the protoplasm of the nucleus called nucleoplasm. This nucleoplasm has a thread-like network called chromatin. This chromatin condenses to form chromosomes. These chromosomes are responsible for the inheriting of characters from one generation to another generation. There are many living structures present in the cell. They are termed as cell organelles. Let us discuss the functions of all these cell organelles one by one. The first one is plastids. These are responsible to provide color to the cell. The green color plastids are known as chloroplasts. They help in making food for the plant by the process of photosynthesis. Then there are plastids called chromoplast. They give color to the fruits, vegetables, and flowers. Plants also have colorless plastids called leucoplast. These leucoplasts give space to store starch, proteins, oils, etc. The next organelle is mitochondria. They are rod-shaped or spherical. They are present in large number in a cell and are responsible for cellular respiration. And they generate energy also for the cell to perform different activities of life. The third cell organelle that I will be explaining is endoplasmic reticulum, in short known as ER. This ER provides channels for transport of material in a cell. Endoplasmic reticulum is of two types. Rough endoplasmic reticulum has ribosomes and they help in protein synthesis. Smooth endoplasmic reticulum do not have ribosomes and they help in synthesis of fats. Another cell organelle is a Golgi complex. They are sac-like structures. They are involved in the processing and packaging of material. The next cell organelle that we are going to discuss is vacuole. The vacuole appear as empty space in the cytoplasm. They are bigger in size in plant cells as compared to animal cell. The vacuole store excess of water and waste products. In the cells, there are ribosomes present as tiny granules in the cytoplasm and on the rough endoplasmic reticulum. They help in protein synthesis. Then there are cell organelles known as cilia and flagella. These are small extensions on the cell membrane which help in locomotion and collection of food. Euglena is a unicellular organism having a single flagellum, and Paramecium has numerous cilia on the cell membrane. In this video, we are going to learn the levels of organization in an organism. Till now, we have studied the parts of a cell and the cell organelles. We have also learned that all these cell organelles work together to perform different functions of the cell. In unicellular organisms like amoeba and Paramecium, a single cell performs all the necessary functions. It captures and digests food, respires, excretes, grows, and reproduces. But in multicellular organisms, there is a different level of organization. A group of cells which perform a specialized function form a tissue. For example, nervous tissues. Then, a group of tissues performing a specific function forms an organ. For example, heart, kidney, etc. And a number of such organs work together to form an organ system. For example, digestive system, respiratory system, etc. Lastly, all these systems together form an organism. In our previous lesson, we have studied about the different cell organelles. These are organelles present in plant cell and animal cell. But there are certain organelles which are either present in plant cell or animal cell. Let us do the comparison of these two cells. In terms of shape, it is fixed in plant cell but irregular in animal cell. In plant cell, the cell wall is present, but in animal cell, it is absent. Plastids which are associated with color are present in plant cell but are absent in animal cell. In plant cells, one large vacuole is present, but in animal cell, they are either absent or present in very small size.